All right, again, a couple minutes here to race number 1. We'll go live at 7 p.m. Race number 1, it's going to be Buggy. Tyler O'Brien, Leonard Dake, Fran Bonji, David St. Martin, Seth Godin, and Kevin Ross. You guys will be up in about 2.5 minutes, roughly. Marshals are also actually going to be Buggy. I'm talking about Nick Langenfeld, Henry St. Martin, Dan Nickel, Derek Murray, David Gravy, and Steve Haler. You guys are going to marshal race number 1.
Should I just have another set of tires ready?
You guys ripping extended warm-up laps? All right. I mean, it's 21.5. You got to get used to all the power bands. Oh. We'll take a little. All right, let's get a little bit of Buggy on the stand and Buggy on the track. T.O.B., Leonard Dake, Fran Bonji, David St. Martin, Seth Godin, and Kevin Ross. You guys are up. Marshall, some of them are already out there. I'm talking about Nick Langenfeld, Henry St. Martin, Dan Nickel, Derek Murray, David Gravy, and the ever-popular Stephen Haler. Got a couple people watching online already, tuning in. Once that trackside feed goes live, people just jump in. We got some smaller heats tonight, so we're going to have smaller quantity of marshals. 2, 4, 6, 7. David Gravy in race number 3. Yep, you got a marshal, actually. Oh, man. That's all right. Yeah, early, if I'm setting up the heats, sometimes they're not quite accurate until I make the official heats are posted call out on the thing. Sometimes I got to do a little manipulation. Let's roll them around. Let's check them in. A little bit of Buggy on the track. We're at Trackside Hobbies, Brookfield, Wisconsin. We got this little announcer cam in the booth. I had to get a haircut after last Tuesday because I looked homeless on the camera. Wore a hat just in case to really sell it. Check everybody's transponders here. All right, everybody is checked in. The order in this one, it's going to go Tyler O'Brien, going to roll out first. Followed by Leonard Dake, Fran Bonji, David St. Martin, Seth Godin, and Kevin Ross. All right, guys, this is Buggy. This is race number 1, and I'm going to call you by name. T.O.B., Leonard Dake, Francis Bonji, David St. Martin, Seth Godin, and Kevin Ross. Here we go, little Buggy, little truck. Smooth and consistent is the name of the game tonight. Limited marshals, limited cars, limited heats, unlimited fun. Eh? Yeah. T.O.B. out of the gate, going fast early. OB working through the chicane right now. 21 lap run. Watch on the straightaway. Go high. Go high in the straight. Very high. Clear now. 14.9 last time by for O'Brien. Seth Godin in that 2 spot. Godin working up the hill in the all blue. Leonard Dake in the 3. Followed by Bonji, Ross, and St. Martin. Good little litmus test here for what cars are faster and where. O'Brien appeared to be running a 17.5. Godin as well. Leonard Dake in that 21.5 Buggy. Bonji in a 21.5. Kevin Ross in a 17.5. St. Martin rocking a 17.5 four-wheel drive. Oh, Ross off the track. O'Brien going for a little up down there. 1:45 in, 3:15 to go. Don't blow the track off yet, Derek. O'Brien, 21 and a 5.08. Seth Godin, 20 and a 5.01. 2.7 the separation there. Leonard, 20 and a 5.11. 19 for Bonji, 17 and 17 for St. Martin and Ross. Those two separated by 2.9. Two-wheel versus four-wheel. Ross in that all-green, power of the pink wing, pink wheels, airing it out up the hill. St. Martin on his lid there after the kicker. That should move Ross up to the number 5 spot. Halfway down, halfway to go. O'Brien spanking that rear end, working up the hill. Godin starting to close in here, 2.1 the split. Godin going 14.5 last time by, his best lap. O'Brien working around the carousel corner in front of the driver's stand. White, black, little bit of green, going for that double-double route right there, the Matt Meyer line. 14.4 across the stripe for OB, 21 and a 5.07. Godin up on a 21-lap pace. 21 and a 5.12 for him. Dake maintains that 3 spot, 20 and a 5.07 for him, now down to a 5.06. And it's Bonji, St. Martin, and Ross. 1:40 to go. Jerry Klingbeil online. Maybe a little hat hair, but he got cleaned up. Oh, watch coming out of the carousel. Godin on his lid. Had plenty of time to play with there. Not going to lose that spot to Leonard Dake, but Dake closing the gap here. Watch it working up the hill. Clear now. Here come Dake down the straightaway. 15-3 that time by to Seth Godin's 18-0. Dake locked in, hitting all his marks, rocking the spectacles today. He can see every blemish on the track now. Oh, man, watch the top of the key. Marshall on the track. Clear now, clear now. 4:20 down, 40 seconds to go. O'Brien out front. Godin and Dake. Now Leonard Dake starting to close in here. Separation 9/10. Godin, 14-9 across the line. Here comes Leonard working through the chicane. 15-0, 1 second to separation, 15 seconds to go. Godin just trying to ride the rear bumper of our leader here, and it's working. 14-4 across the line, his best lap of the race. These guys working up the hill. Oh, man, Godin takes the inside from O'Brien. Keep going, keep going. Power move there from Seth Godin. Leonard Dake is done. David St. Martin is done. Godin and O'Brien are done. We're waiting on Bonji and Ross. There's Bonji. Here comes Ross working down the line. And that's a race. Tyler O'Brien going to take that one. 21 and a 5-13. Godin 20 and a 5-02. Dake 04. Bonji 20 and a 5-13. St. Martin 18 and a 5-03. Kevin Ross 17 and a 5-11. Rob Mulvaney online. We even got oval racers watching off-road racing here. Ow! That's the Wolfman for those who are uninformed. Keep going, David. Keep going. There you go. There it is right there. Bam. All right, a little bit of truck coming up next. St. Martin's rocking the double duty. All right, truck, let's roll them around. Let's check them in. Even Breadbasket Brian going to do a little racing on a Tuesday night. Traditionally, Breadbasket Brian just comes here for social activity / marshalling on a Tuesday. Going to dip his toes in the racing game. He said, if Drake LeBeau's racing, I'm racing, man. He wants a little piece of LeBeau. Everybody does, you know what I mean? All right, everybody all checked in here. This is going to be our order in our truck class. It's going to go Drake LeBeau, going to go out first, followed by Dennis Polson, Henry St. Martin, Breadbasket Brian, Mike St. Martin, and David St. Martin. A little St. Martin takeover here. All right, guys, I'm going to call you by name. Drake LeBeau, Dennis Polson, Henry St. Martin, Breadbasket Brian, Mike St. Martin, and David St. Martin. Little blend of two-wheel short course / two-wheel / two-wheel /. We're just calling it truck. These guys all working around. Henry St. Martin rocking a slash, but looks like he got slick tires on there, don't it, Leonard? Are they slash tires on the white and the green? Those must be some naturally worn in slash tires like me and Chase run on the Enduro. Natural wear. Shout out Danny D, you know, even with the brand new tires, what the dog doing on top slash Enduro 2026. Sorry, O'Brien. Yeah. 140 in, 320 to go. Drake LeBeau, year later, he's in that silver and the black. Gadke in that 2 spot. LeBeau on a 20-lap run. Gadke on a fast 19. Then it's St. Martin, Poles and St. Martin. We got David, Mike, Dennis, and Henry. David and Mike separated by 1 second. Little gap to Dennis, and then Henry. 2 down, 3 to go. These guys all bunching up, working on this straightaway. LeBeau, a year later, working around a carousel. Oh, man, St. Martin, Henry, that is, diving out of the way there. Were they slash tires, Kevin? They're slicks? Oh. That's all right. There's no rules in truck, except it has to be a truck. All right. I think Drake LeBeau should have to put slash tires on for round 2. You got typos? Those are naturally worn after 3 minutes. 3:15 in, 1:45 to go. LeBeau out front. He's on a 20-lap run, 20 and a 5:10. He's in that all silver with the black. If you see him coming, don't give him any room. Gadke in that 2 spot. You know what Gadke's truck looks like. You can't miss that thing. That is pristine art working down the line. Gadke's been painting that body since the short course truck came out back in 2006. Oh, beat it in the sweeper. Wow, Gadke throwing an elbow in that thing. Brutal move there from the Sistine Chapel short course. Watching the straightaway, Kevin, straightaway. 4:10 in, 50 to go. LeBeau, Gadke, 1 and 2. David, St. Martin up in that 3 spot. Watching the straightaway, right in the middle. Still there. Oh! Golly. That was brutal. That was yikes. David St. Martin asserting himself to the 3rd spot. Mike in the 4, followed by Henry and Dennis. Right now, Henry and Dennis only separated by, maybe a little bit longer now after that egregious T-bone on the straightaway there. Mike St. Martin going 17-1 last time by his best lap of the race. Mike rocking that gold and the white. Keep going. Everybody's still alive. Little straightaway wall contact there from Henry. Henry is done doing his best lap on the last lap, 16-4. Drake LeBeau is done. David St. Martin and Breadbasket Brian are done. There's Dennis Poles, and there's Mike St. Martin, and that is a race. Drake LeBeau going to take that one, 20 and a 5:09. Breadbasket Brian in the 2, 19 and a 5:05 for him, 17:01 for David, 17:08 for Mike. Henry, 16:01. Polson, 16 and a 5:14. Jerry Klingbeil online. He says Breadbasket Brian doesn't want a piece of him. He wants the whole thing. I don't know if you can see him on the camera, Jerry. He just ripped his shirt off like Hulk Hogan. Breadbasket Brian just ripped his shirt off. Jerry is online. Yes, he is. Imagine that. Jerry, one of our #1 fans next to Eugene Sia. These marshals spreading about. A little pep talk here from Pops. Well, one of you guys is just going to take that whole area, and one of you guys is going to actually go over there on the bucket. Breadbasket, you could stay in the chicane. Mike St. Martin will cover both those corners right there. He's quick. Is he not? Oh, well, it'll be all right. Just don't crash in either of these corners. Let's go ahead and roll him around, check him in. Just don't crash anywhere. Oh. Let me get Henry St. Martin to go across the line one more time for me. Henry St. Martin. In the buggy classification, nobody's transponders are technically affixed to their names, so I have to drag and drop them all. And I just missed it right there. Accidentally put Steve Haler on Henry, but we're all good now. All right, this is going to be our order. It's going to go Nick Langfeld's going to go up first, followed by Henry St. Martin, Dan Nickel, Derek Murray, David Gravy, and Stephen Haler. All right, guys, I'm going to call you by name. Nick Langenfeld. Henry St. Martin. Dan Nickel. Derek Murray. David Gravy. And Steve Haler. We got two confirmations here. We got word from David St. Martin, and I have a comment on the chat from a Roger Lutz that is also saying that Mike St. Martin is not that quick. Wow. St. Martin out here taking shots. I don't know, that seemed pretty quick to me. We'll have to check the tape. Start doing reaction time stats. Watching the top of the hill. Oh, man, that was our early leader, Nick Langfeld, going to park it there. 16-1 last time by, going to back it up with a 18. Ugh. Haler with a 15-7 puts him to the point. Dan Nickel in the 2 spot. Those guys separated by hundredths right now. 16-1 that time by for Haler. Here comes Dan Nickel working through the chicane. White in the orange. 130 in, 3:30 to go. Top 2 covered by 110. David Gravy within 1.9 of the leaders. Watching the sweeper. Go right in the middle. Now go low, 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 low in the sweeper. Clear now. Dan Nickel taking over that top spot. A margin of 0.4 over Steve Haler. Nickel going to give some of that up. David St. Martin, some fancy footwork over there. So it's Haler out front. 19 and a 5:09 the pace. Nick Langfeld back to the 2 spot. Dan Nickel falls down in the 3. Then it's Gravy, Murray, and St. Martin. Haler got about a 4.9 second lead right now. Working his way across the line over to Carousel is Haler. 2:45 to go. White, green, and purple working up the hill. Last time by for Haler, 16-1. Dan Nickel with a 14-8 last time by, down to 3.9 the split now. Nickel chipping away at it here. Langfeld in a 3 within 2 seconds. David Gravy just went 15-0 from P4. Then it's Murray and St. Martin, 2:15 to go. Watch the top of the hill. Oh, man, these guys getting caught up. Breadbasket Brian on it. That's going to shuffle the order around a little bit. Henry St. Martin moves up to the 4 spot now. Gravy down to the 5. Murray in the 6, watching a sweeper. That's Haler going for a tumble. Haler only had a 1.6 lead here with 1:55 to go. Here comes Dan Nickel down the line. 15-9 that time by. The separation is 1.4. Haler going to click a long one here. It might move Nickel to the point. Watch it going in the carousel. Haler 17-5. Separation 1/10. These guys working together. Dan working onto the straightaway. Dan Nickel to the point now. 3/10 to split. Here come Haler. 3:30 down, 1:30 to go. These guys working it out. Langfeld, little kiss off the pipe there. $110 to go. Dan Nickel out front, 19 and a 5, 10.1. Haler 0.2, separation 6/100ths. $40 seconds to go. Leader working up the hill, white and orange. Haler throws down a 15-7 last time by. Hot lap when it counts. Watch coming on the straightaway. That's Dan on his lid. Cross the line with a 17-9. That's going to move Haler to the point. 1.1 the split. Nickel going to give a lot more of that up right there. Oh, man, that could move Henry St. Martin up to the 2 spot. Haler with a long lap. Watch it working up the hill. Gravy on his lid. The Gravy's gone bad. Watch on the straightaway. Go low, 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 low. Good evasive maneuver there from David Gravy. Race clock about to expire here. Watch it around the carousel. Oh, almost helped ya. Keep going, keep going. Dan Nickel is done. Nick Langenfeld is done. Keep going, Steve. Keep going, Steve Haler. Henry St. Martin is done. Just waiting on Haler and Murray. Here come Murray. Here comes Haler working through the chicane. And that's a race. Haler going to take it at the end. 19 and a 5:11. Dan Nickel falling apart like a dry biscuit on the last couple laps. 18 and a 5 flat for him. Langenfeld 07. Nick Langenfeld 18 and a 5:07.3. Henry St. Martin 0.9. Derek Murray 18 and a 5:09. All them guys running 21.5 buggy. Giving you a little glimpse into the margins of 21.5. In the very popular Sweet Heat series, which I've been told the first round of Sweet Heat will commence on May 29th. So in about exactly 1 month. Gravy going to round out the field in that one, 17 and a 5:03. What's up, Donut? We're going to take a little break here. Just a little one. Yeah, well, we only got 3 heats. It would be very mean to run directly into race number 1, I think, but it would be funny. I mean, in 21.5, you can run like 15 minutes without having to charge. May 29th, yep, that's going to be the first Sweet Heat. I'm working on the schedule right now. Mostly I'm working on the flyer. The schedule is done. So I'm going to get the flyer out. In an optimal scenario, I will have it done tomorrow-ish. Sometime tomorrow. But yes, May 29th will be the opening day for Sweet Heat. And I'm pretty sure it's the 5th year. It should be. And we need some challengers. We had Little Larry win it 2 years in a row, and Talon Didi win it 2 years in a row. So any of you talented buggy racers out there, any of you guys, come out. Win yourself a 2-wheel drive buggy. And even if you don't, it's really fun. All right, I'm going to send the round 2 heat sheets to the printer here. It's going to be the same race order. You're just going to go up how you finished. I'll print a heat sheet to reflect that information. It's not quite ready yet, so don't look at it online quite yet. All right, the heats are posted. Don't worry, Jeff Piskey. There's 7 sweet heats total, and you can miss 2, I think. 2 or 3? 2. All right, I'll put a little timer on the screen here. Give you guys some time to charge, make a little setup change. All that good stuff. If you're watching online, don't go too far. We'll be back very soon. All right, let's do this a little bit of round two. Buggy, race number one. You guys are up. Tyler O'Brien, Seth Godin, Leonard Dake, Fran Bonji, David St. Martin, and Kevin Ross. Wherever you feel the most comfortable. We're missing a one. Nick Langfeld, here he comes. Otherwise, we should be good. And maybe a Henry St. Martin. Is he out there? Maybe a Henry St. Martin. I don't see, oh, there he is. He's hiding back there. Yeah, Henry, why don't you go there? Yeah, that'll work. Oh, yeah. That's the unit I wanted to see on the track. All right, let's roll him around. Let's check him in. A little bit of Buggy up in here. O'Brien rocking the Bandit. That is what I like to see. Everybody all checked in here. Buggy, heat number one. It's going to go Tyler O'Brien, going to go up first. Then it's going to go Seth Godin, Leonard Dake, Francis Bonji, David St. Martin, and Kevin Ross. All right, we got marshals. We got cars. I'm going to call you guys by name. T.O.B. Seth Godin, Leonard Dake, Francis Bonji, David St. Martin, and Kevin Ross. Oh, man, watching the sweeper go low. Car coming up to speed. Godin going for a quick tumble there. Dake trying to take the inside, rides the pipe. Godin going to maintain that position on track. Godin, your leader right now after lap one. Lap two, not so much. Oh, man. Godin and Dake locking horns. Bonji catching a stray from that one. These guys all bunching up. Godin over the top of Dake there. These guys fiddling around, and it's Tyler O'Brien on the point. 14-9 last time by for OB. Going to do a little pirouette there and put it in the pipe. 1:15 in, 3:45 to go. O'Brien, Bonji, St. Martin, Dake, Ross, and Godin. These guys all shifting about. Oh, man, Dake trying to go over the top of St. Martin there. These guys working it. Oh, St. Martin turned in just a bit early. Watch the top of the hill. O'Brien up on the tube. Watching a sweeper. Clear, clear, clear. 1:45 and 3:15 to go. The Dake and Godin buggies got magnets in them. Watch it working up the hill. Ross catching a little wheel-to-wheel action there from Godin. Two down, 3 to go. All these guys bunching up. Only one working clean track is Fran Bonji right now. Watch the top of the hill. Ross on his lid. Oh, St. Martin trying to avoid him. 2:40 to go. O'Brien out front. Bonji in that 2, spot separation 1.4. O'Brien has an aggressive Leonard Dake on his rear bumper right now. I'm having a premonition about how this is going to work out. Oh! O'Brien hard on the binders right there, letting Leonard go. Godin gets a little piece of O'Brien right there. $2.50 down, 2:10 to go. Fran Bonji to the front now. 19 and a 5:03. O'Brien, 19 and a 5:05. O'Brien gets caught up through the legs of Derek Murray. What a martial move there from Steve Haler. Fran Bonji narrowly avoids Murray, but ends up on the tubing. Elbows out, heat a buggy here working. Watch the top of the hill. Dake gonna get it wrong. Now it's Kevin Ross who's got a loose cannon of Leonard Dake right behind him. Lets him go. Oh man, Kevin Ross takes a knee and then takes him right back. Bonji over the top. That's your leader, red and black and white, working through the chicane. 1:20 to go. Leonard Dake dogging Bonji right now. Words exchanged on the driver's stand. Bonji hitting his marks like his life depends on it right now. Watch this straightaway. Low, 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 low. Go low, go low. Clear now. Oh, Bonji, a little scrub off the pipe. Almost gets Leonard with the inside wheel there. 50 seconds to go. Leonard a little crossed up. Ends up on his lid. Bonji says, see you later, Stinky. Four, 30 down, 30 to go. Bonji, O'Brien, Godin, Dake, St. Martin, and Ross. 25 seconds to go. Godin throwing some elbows. Ross back to the inside. Watch it working up the hill. Oh, man, good check up there from Bonji. Dake going for a tumble. These guys wheel to wheel on the straightaway. Here comes O'Brien. O'Brien definitely has the heaviest car in that bunch. Watch the top of the hill. We're going around Steve Haler. We're into Steve Haler. Watch coming on the straightaway. Time is expired. Tyler O'Brien is done. Oh. Bonji done, Godin done, Kevin Ross done, waiting for Dake and St. Martin. There's one. Here come one more. Help him out, Marshall. Here comes St. Martin down the line. And that's a race. Bonji going to take that heat. 19 and a 5:08. O'Brien 18:01, 18:5:11 for Godin, 5:15 for Dake. St. Martin 18:16 for Kevin Ross. Little bit of truck coming up next. O'Brien definitely had the heaviest buggy out there. He had the most authority. Huh? Probably TOB. That thing's like 2,000 grams. It's a thick boy. 2018. Yeah. Your buggy's on Atkins compared to his. All right, these guys spreading out. A little bit of Marshall. Let's roll him around. Let's check him in. A little bit of truck. That's not usually what he means when he says there's some heavy hitters in this one. You guys took that to a different interpretation. Oh, you meant fast guy. Oh, yeah. I heard that. Just need a check-in from a one Drake LeBeau. There he is. He was hitting his marks. He didn't want you tangling him up. All right, a little bit of truck. The order this one is going to go Drake LeBeau. Going to go out first, followed by Breadbasket Brian, David St. Martin, Mike St. Martin, Henry St. Martin, and Dennis Polzen. There's some heavy hitters in this one as well. All right, guys. I'm going to call you by name. Drake LeBeau, Breadbasket Brian, David St. Martin, Mike St. Martin, Henry St. Martin, Dennis Polzen. Call him off a little quick here in truck. Just 'cause. Breadbasket Brian out front. Lap number 1. He's going to take lap number 2 as well. There we go. Gadke, your leader. He's in that prettiest looking short course on the track. 15-3 last time I for Gadke. 20 and a 5-12. LeBeau 20 and a 5-12. Separation just mere hundredths up front. Oh man, Gadke get caught up in the carousel. LeBeau getting caught up a little bit in the chicane, just a little bit, not quite as much. Gonna take over that top spot, I believe, this time by. David St. Martin in the 3, followed by Mike, Dennis, and Henry. 1:30 and 3:30 to go. Drake LeBeau working onto the straightaway right now. St. Martin giving him plenty of room there, touching that sweeper hole in the wall. Shout out Robert Marzinski. Robert Marzinski was the originator of that sweeper hole in the wall. He put that there. I watched it. I think I announced it. And then people always go, well, that hole in the wall caught my tire. I'm like, well, what are you doing all the way out there? $210 down, $250 to go. Oh, LeBeau out front. Marshall taking his sweet time. Halfway down, halfway to go. There's your leader on your screen right now. It's Drake LeBeau. Gadke in that 2 spot. Let's see if we can find Gadke on the driver's stand here. Slowly panning over to Breadbasket Brian. There's your second place driver, Breadbasket Brian. Brian Gadke for the ill-informed in the 2 spot. Separation 1.2. David St. Martin in the 3 spot. There's St. Martin right there on your screen, all the way on the left. Then it's Mike, Henry, and Dennis. There those guys are right there on the screen. It go Dennis, Henry, and Mike. 1:30 to go. LeBeau, 19:03. Breadbasket, 19:04. St. Martin in the 3 spot, 18 lap run working for him. 17 for Mike, 17 for Henry. Those two separated by about 1.9. 16 and a 5:02 for Dennis Polson. 1:10 to go. LeBeau, 15.6. Gadke, 15.5. 9/10 to split. LeBeau all up on the curbing there. Oh, man. Didn't see what happened there. Gadke and St. Martin are linked. And again, 45 seconds to go. LeBeau gets caught up. Gadke to the front. LeBeau back to the point. 8/10 of separation. LeBeau working up the hill, opting for that double-double. Gadke, same line. 25 seconds to go. David St. Martin still in the 3 spot. He's in that blue and the orange, giving Polson a little bump. Mike in the 4, Henry in the 5, followed by Dennis. 10 seconds left to go. Oh, watch it working up the hill. Clear now. Wow, aggressive Marshall there from Tyler O'Brien. Wow. Drake LeBeau is done. David St. Martin is done. Brian Gadke is done. Mike St. Martin is done. Waiting on Henry and Dennis. I gotcha. Boop. Hot lap right there. And that's a race. Drake LeBeau going to take it 19 into 5:03. Gadke 19:05. David 17 into 5:02. Mike 17 into 5:04. Henry 17 into 5:09. Polson 16 into 5:13. T.O.B. marshaled that car like how you marshal Lincoln. Just throw him down haphazardly. Sending a message, yes. All right, final heat of Buggy coming up next. Nice little quick turnaround on a Tuesday. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Here come Henry. All right, let's roll him around. Let's check him in. All right, everybody all checked in here. Steve Haler going to lead us out, followed by Dan Nickel, Nick Langenfeld, Henry St. Martin, Derek Murray, and David Gravy. That's going to be the order. A little bit of Buggy. I'm going to call you guys by name. Steve Haler, Dan Nickel, Nick Langenfeld, Henry St. Martin, Derek Murray, and David Gravy. These guys settling in here. Heat 2, a Buggy on the track right now. St. Martin, Henry St. Martin opening up with the strongest lap. It's a 15.94. Langenfeld with a 15.98. Dan Nickel, 15.5 on lap 2, puts him to the point. St. Martin getting spun around just a little bit right there. Right now, top, the entire field covered by 1 second. David Gravy, 15.3 last time by, puts him to the front. Gravy, a little wall hit right there. Working his way on a straightaway. Oh, man, got lucky because the Marshal was running in the opposite direction. A little bit longer of a lap right there from Gravy. 17.5 across the line. Going to drop him from the 1 all the way down to the 4. Long race. Hit your marks. 1:30 and 3:30 to go. Dan Nickel back to the point. Haler into the 2. 1.3 to the split. Langenfeld within 2.2. St. Martin another 10th. Gravy a couple hundredths. 3:15 to go. Dan getting caught up. Steve Haler getting caught up. Watch it working up the hill. Langenfeld going for a quick turnaround. These guys working it out. Dan remaining on the point. David Gravy, hot lap of the race last time by 15.2. Puts him to the 2 spot. Little contact with the wall there. Watching the carousel. Dan Nickel, new hot lap of the race, 15.0. 19 and a 5, flats his pace. Gravy in that 2 spot, 19 and a 5, 11. 5.14 for Langfeld. Henry, 18 and a flat. Haler, 18 and a flat. Derek Murray, 18 and a 5.16. $14.8 last time by for Dan Nickel. 20 lap run working here. Backs it up with a 15.7. Langfeld 15.1. Puts him in the 2 spot. Henry St. Martin 15.7. Him and David Gravy separated by 2/10. $3:20 down, 1:40 to go. Dan, David, Steve, Henry, Nick, and Derek. Dan all alone on that 20-lap pace. Got a good margin working here. Watching the chicane. Gravy getting caught up just a little bit. That's going to let Haler close the gap. Scratch that. That's going to move Haler to the 2 spot. Gravy down to the 3. 2/10 to deficit. St. Martin within 1/10 now. And it's Murray and Langfeld. 1:15 to go. Watch top of the hill. Henry St. Martin on his lid. 55 seconds to go. Dan, your leader, working through the center switchback right now. White and orange up the hill. Last time by for Dan, 15.1. Another strong lap there. Working across the stripe, 15.3. 20 and a 5. 10 pace right now. Dan looking to put himself 4th overall in the buggy division tonight. Haler back up to the 2 spot. 19 and a 5. 16 for him. Gravy in the 3. 3/10 to the good of Henry St. Martin. Right now the battle is for that 3 spot. David Gravy 18.03. St. Martin 03. Langefeld 06. Murray 08. All these guys very close, and Gravy going to plummet after that one. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Second place car working in front of you, David Gravy. Work together, work together. That's how you do it right there. Work together. Oh, man, these guys rubbing wheels a little bit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Steve Haler, you are done. Only one done. Henry St. Martin is done. Nick Langenfeld is done. There's Dan Nickel. There's Derek Murray. We're waiting on one more. It's Mr. Gravy. And that's a race. Bring him in, shut him down. Dan Nickel going to take that one. Moving up 2 spots on the grid to 4th overall. 20 and a 5.11. Steve Haler, 18 and a 5.01.5. Henry St. Martin, 18 and a 501.7. Derek Murray, 18 and a 506.7. Nick Langenfeld, 18 and a 506.8. David Gravy, 18 and a 510. All right, I'm going to get the main set up. And we're going to do it, I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to do it dirt oval style. Only the top 6 are locking into the A main tonight. Sure. I don't know. It's Buggy. Is it a Buggy? All right, I'm going to send the mains to the printer right now. We have 2 guys that are back-to-back, so I'll need a little help from the Buggy A main guys. You'll have to marshal race 1 and race 2. A couple of you at least. Need a little help. So Buggy B main going to be up first. That's going to be Henry St. Martin, David St. Martin, Derek Murray, Nick Langenfeld, David Gravy, and Kevin Ross. Then it's going to be the truck A main and then the Buggy A main. We will still bump the top 2 from the Buggy B, but only the top 6 locked into the Buggy A main this evening. I'm going to send the mains to the printer right now. I'm going to put a little timer on your screen. I was requested a little bit of extra time. So a little bit extra is what you shall get. Just a little. Mains coming off the printer right now. Timer's live. Heats are posted. We'll be right back in 17 and a half minutes. All right, if everybody's ready to roll, I'm ready to roll. Buggy B main, you guys are up. RT Creations online. How you like that commercial, Ryan? Was there sound? All right, Buggy B main, you guys are up. Buggy A main, you guys are out to Marshall. Steve Haler already out here blowing the track off proper. We also need Tyler O'Brien, Seth Godin, Leonard Dake, Dan Nickel, and Fran Bonji out to Marshall Martin. Derek Murray, Nick Langenfeld, David Gravy, and Kevin Ross. You guys are up. Nice shirt. I am McLovin. That's very delicate. I saw you just scrub the pipe in front of the driver's stand and pop the ball cup off. Barely hit it, and you're like, oh, man. Yeah. All right, let's roll them around. Let's roll them around. Let's check them in. Let's do all the things required of the Buggy B main. We got the father and son St. Martin duo leading us out. Derek Murray, Nick Langfeld, David Gravy, and Kevin Ross. Ross coming in for adjustment here. Well, no car is going to go straight when you do that. You got to be ginger on the throttle, bro. Yeah. And you got to warm the tires up. Tires got to warm up a little bit. Always the first couple laps, it's always a little looser. All right, these guys setting our grid here. Henry St. Martin going to be on the number 1 spot. David St. Martin going to be on the number 2. Derek Murray on the 3. Nick Langenfeld on the 4. David Gravy on the 5. And Kevin Ross going to be on the 6. All right, our grid is set. A little bit of Buggy B main. Marshall's ready to roll. We're going to go racing. We're going to take it easy. We're going to have some fun on the sound of the tone. Easy, easy, easy. It's a long race. A little wide there. Good checkup, good checkup. Oh, man, these guys trading wheels a little bit early here. Nobody on their lid. Keep it clean, working up the hill. Patience, Gravy. Patience right here. Excellent. Good check up there. That's a Buggy B main start if I ever saw one. Henry St. Martin leads us out. David in the 2. Gravy going for a little up down there. Gets linked up with Kevin Ross. It's a long race. Nice and smooth. Work together. Oh, man, Ross getting caught up. I'll call it a questionable Marshall if I ever saw one. That's a little recovery there. I'll allow that. St. Martin, father and son duo working their way up the hill. Henry in that pink and the blue. David in that orange and the blue. Top 2 cars looking to bump up to the Buggy A main. T.O.B. giving Kevin Ross a little helping hand right there. Nick Langenfeld in a 3. Looks like Murray and Gravy. Oh, man, Langenfeld going to park it. Murray and Gravy going to go by. These guys working on a straightaway. Murray goes up on his 2 wheels. Traction rolling the sweeper there from Derek Murray. 115 in, 3:45 to go. Watch the top of the hill. Keep it tight. Clear now. .140 in, 3:20 to go. Henry St. Martin out front. Henry working his way through the switchback right now. David in that 2 spot. David Gravy up to the 3. Oh, man, Gravy a little too hard on the wheel there, up on 2 wheels. Here come Murray. That's a battle right there. Working in front of the driver's stand. Gravy and Murray. Gravy a little too much curbing there. Murray going to go by. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Oh, man, looking. These guys equidistant down the straightaway. Murray hard on the binders. Good battle working here. Good, clean, buggy battle working through the switchback. Gravy, Murray, and Langenfeld. Henry St. Martin, your leader, working behind him. He's just got to play it cool. Halfway down, halfway to go. Langenfeld a little wide. Henry St. Martin being patient. The smart move there. He's got a comfortable lead right now. He's got the 3rd place battle working in front of him. All he's got to do is just hang out behind these guys. Let them duke it out. 2:20 to go. Oh, man. Langenfeld and Murray get a little crossed up. Marshall on it. Henry out front. 2:05 to go. Working his way down the straightaway. David St. Martin in the 2 spot. He's working down the straightaway. David Gravy finds his way up to the 3. Langenfeld, Murray, and Ross. 1:55 to go. Watch in front of the driver's stand. David St. Martin on his lid. So 2nd place car working up the hill. Orange and blue. 3rd place car working in front of the driver's stand. 1:45 to go. Gravy got to hit his marks here, and that ain't it. On his lid he goes. Dan Nickel right on it. Watch coming on the straightaway. Go high coming on. Good Marshall in there from Bonji. 1:30 to go. It's the St. Martin show out front. Henry leads out David. David Gravy in the 3 spot. Langenfeld, Murray, and Ross. Here's a battle right here working on the straightaway through the sweeper. Derek Murray in that all blue. Kevin Ross in that all green. Murray catches a little too much of the trackside curbing right there. Ends up on his lid. Ross going to go by to the number 5. Ross up on that trackside curb and gets spun around on an exit. 50 seconds to go. Good patience there from David St. Martin. Maintain that 2 spot. 35 seconds to go. Look like David St. Martin looking to apply the pressure here to Henry. 30 seconds on the race clock. Lead battle working up the hill right now. Working in front of Gravy. St. Martin chassis it. Oh, man, catches a little wheel there from Gravy. Still going to maintain that 2 spot. "13 seconds to go. Father and son looking to bump up into the Buggy A main. Langfeld in that 3 spot. He's working through the switchback. Time about to expire, and there it is. Murray and Gravy, that's for position. Murray trying to make a final charge here. Gravy, tidy line, working on the straightaway. Murray not going to be able to make something happen. Waiting on one more, it's Henry, and that's it. Bring him in, shut him down. Marshall's on your blowers. Henry and David St. Martin looking to move on up to the Buggy A main. Langenfeld going to take the 3. David Gravy 4, followed by Derek and Kevin. All right, I might need a little volunteer marshal action after this, and we got some guys that are back-to-back. It's all right. We're making good time, so. A little bit of truck coming up next. I'd take some of the Buggy A main guys out to do a little double duty for me, help me out. Truck A main. Coming up next, we got Drake LeBeau, Bread Basket Brian. That is Brian Gadke. To those of you who don't know, David St. Martin going to be in the 3. Mike St. Martin, Henry St. Martin. It's a St. Martin fiesta out there. And we also got Dennis Polzen. I heard that. We got a Dennis Polzen fan in the building. It was a good race. Yes, sir. All right, we got some marshals. I appreciate the Gravy Brothers doing a little marshaling. We're waiting on the St. Martins. We got a little time. We're going to give them a little patience here. That's all right. We're making good time. It is only 8:42 in the p.m., and we only got 2 races left. A little Tuesday night tumble. Here comes the St. Martins. Oh, sorry, Dennis, sorry. It's that big wheel on his radio. It's toppled him over. All right, let's roll him around. Let's check him in. A little bit of truck. Easy, bro. I know. I'm talking to Obi. I'm not talking to you. Obi trying to break the TQ's truck on the warm-up lap. It looks styled. All right, everybody all checked in. The only person not warmed up is Drake LeBeau. He just had to watch it and soak it in. O'Brien going to do the warm-up lap and truck for this one. We're gonna flip this around a little bit here. So we're gonna have Dennis Polzen on the number 1, Henry St. Martin on the 2, Mike St. Martin on the 3, David St. Martin on the 4, Bread Basket Brian gonna be on the 5, and Drake LeBeau gonna be on the number 6. Just because. My dad's gone. I make the rules now. I'm the tennies in charge. Rare opportunity. I'm seizing it. All right. Everybody all gridded up here. Truck A main. Let's take it easy on lap number 1 here. Let's have a little fun. We're going to go racing on the sound of the tone. Here we go, Truck A main. Polzen gonna lead us out. Oh man, Polzen a little kiss off the curbing there. These guys getting caught up. Henry on the wrong side of the pipe. Marshall deliberating. Go, Marshall, go. Hustle, hustle. One more. Run, Kevin, run. It's David St. Martin on the point. Bread Basket Brian in the 2. Bread Basket Brian gonna make that thing 8'6" wide. There goes Polzen to the inside. DSM out front, orange and blue, working on a straightaway. Polzen in that 2 spot, letting Drake LeBeau get to the inside there, up on the tubing. Oh man, Polzen on the wrong side of the track. All right, hustle back, Gravy brother. Yep. Oh, hold on, I got this main long. There you go. Watching the sweeper. Clear now. We're 110 and 350 to go. Drake LeBeau takes over that number 1 spot from David St. Martin. St. Martin down to the 2. Bread Basket Brian in the 3. Then it's Mike, Henry, and Dennis. Oh, Dennis on the slid there. Watch the top of the hill. Murray right on it. 130 and 330 to go. Oh, LeBeau on his lid. Here comes St. Martin. St. Martin going to go by for the number 1 spot. Ross taking one in the ankle, it looked like. I think that thing was airborne. Ross might have took one in the shin or the thigh. In the heel? All right. From the peripheral vision, it looked like it was airborne. Two down, 3 to go. LeBeau on point. Gadke into 2. Peter coming up on Mike. Mike gives him a little too much room there. 2:20 and 2:40 to go. LeBeau working through that switchback section right now. Silver with the black. Gadke in that immaculate multicolor short course up on 2 wheels. David St. Martin in the 3 spot. Mike St. Martin in the 4. Then it's Henry and Dennis. $2.50 down, 2:10 to go. Leader working up the hill through the chicane. Gadke in that 2 spot working up the hill. St. Martin in the 3. That's David St. Martin in the 3. Then it's Mike, Henry, and Dennis. 1:50 to go. All the ball up on 2 wheel there. St. Martin a little crossed up coming on the straightaway. Truck A main working here. Drake LeBeau, your top qualifier, started at number 6 position, worked his way all the way up to the front. Silver and a black around a carousel. 2 tires on the trackside curbing. LeBeau get caught up just a little bit. Gadke not quite close enough to capitalize. Four down, 1 to go. Watch coming down the straightaway. Oh man, LeBeau get caught up. Here come Gadke now. Lead battle working through the sweeper. Gadke trying what he can. LeBeau a little cross up on his lid. Gadke to the point now. 43 seconds to go. Gadke got to make that thing 8'6" wide, and that's not how you do it. Tries to cut the track. Go, go, go. Gadke on the point. 35 seconds to go. Way wide in the sweeper. Oh, man, he's giving that spot up. The crowd goes mild. Gadke gives the spot up to LeBeau. LeBeau says, no, I want to earn it. 20 seconds to go. Gadke got to defend that inside line. LeBeau looking around the outside. Gadke says, no, thank you. Tight to the turbing there. Working his way around the tabletop up the hill. 8 seconds to go. They're probably going to go one more lap. Gadke tight to the curbing. 4 seconds to go. This is the final lap. Truck A main. LeBeau got to make a move. Gadke coming up a bit short there. We're coming up on Mike St. Martin. 2 cars women to get there. To the inside. LeBeau can't do it. Gadke a little wide. LeBeau up on the curbing. Tries to make it happen and gets shut down. Bread Basket Brian gonna take the win in the truck tonight. Everybody is done. Oh yeah. Gadke gonna win that one. LeBeau, St. Martin, that's David, Henry, Mike, and Dennis Polzen. All right, final race coming up. We need everybody who's anybody who can help me marshal. I know St. Martin's are bumping up. They're getting their other cars ready. They're doing the double tonight, racing 2 classes. Who was that? Who crossed the line? Oh, it came up as Nathan Feldbrugge. Man, where is the Brugster been? I haven't seen that kid in a minute. Oh, gotta do a little modification here. St. Martin's making their way. We'll give those guys a little time. They're doing a race, marshal race. A little bit of Buggy A main. And you already know how I'm going to grid them up. Here come my father and son duo, the St. Martin's. Henry walking up, looking confident onto the driver's stand. Here come DSM. All right, everybody ready to go? Let's roll them around. Let's check them in. You got Brett Basket Bryan over there. Hey, Brother Gravy, I can't remember your first name. Do you want to go to this spot over here on that bucket? That would be optimal for me. See a little check-in from Obi. All right, everybody all checked in here. Let's set our grid. David St. Martin going to be on the number 1 spot. Henry St. Martin going to be on the number 2. Steve Haler going to be on the 3. Fran Bonji on the 4. Dan Nickel on the 5. Leonard Dake on the 6. Then it's Seth Godin on the 7. And T.O.B. going to be on the 8. Steve Haler, you were on the 3. Henry, or David, you're number 1. David St. Martin, number 1. Henry on the 2. Hey, don't backtalk your father. Yeah, grid him up. Grid that cheater up. Put him in the box. Yeah, Golden trying to pull a move here, too. What's going on? All right, our grid is set here. A little bit of Buggy A main. Tyler O'Brien was your top qualifier, but he's starting in the 8. We're going to take it easy. We're going to take it smooth. We're going to have some fun with it. On the sound of the tone. Easy, easy, easy on lap 1. Don't make me bring him back. Oh, bring him back. Bring him back. Come on, Henry. All right, everybody remember your grid position. David on the 1, Henry on the 2, Steve Haler on the 3, Bonji 4, Dan Nickel 5, Leonard Dake on the 6, Godin on the 7, T.O.B. on the 8. Oh, sorry. Oops. Misinput. It was a misinput. All right, let's try that again. Let's keep it a little cleaner. Let's respect our fathers on the opening lap. On the sound of the tone. Here we go. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. Check up, check up, check up. Oh, man, kind of dove in there. Throw him over there. Yeah, that'll work out. Everybody is very bunched up. Oh, man. O'Brien and Dake bunched up. I'm going to allow it to happen. Watching the sweeper. Go high in the sweeper or low. Go very high. Go very high. Oh, man. Godin all the way back at a bus. It's Dan Nickel and Fran Bonji out front. Haler into the 3 spot. Followed by David, Leonard, O'Brien. Leonard dives to the inside of St. Martin there. O'Brien as well. Oh, no. That ancient Buggy on his lid in the sweeper. That thing is probably broken. Dan Nickel, your leader. Bonji goes for a tumble in the sweeper. Looks like O'Brien going to move on to the 2 spot. Bonji to the 3. Steve Haler in the 4. St. Martin and Godin battling for the number 5 spot. Godin on the inside. 1 minute in. 4 long minutes to go. 4 arduous minutes. Dan Nickel out front, working his way up the hill. Nickel rocking that 21.5. O'Brien rocking the 17.5, I believe. Go high on the straight, go high on the straight, go high on the straight. Clear now. O'Brien on his lid. Now go low in the sweeper. Low, 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 low. Run, Polson. Good move there from Polson. 1:30 and 3:30 to go. Dan Nickel, your leader, working through the sweeper right now. Fran Bonji back to the 2 spot. Here comes Seth Golden challenging in the 3. Keep it clean. Bonji a little there, slamming the door. Oh, man, 50-50 grind denied for Bonji. Now Golden defending from a hard charge, and T.O.B. LeBeau trying to coach him there from the sidelines. Gives T.O.B. a little business, and away they roll. O'Brien says, no, sir. No, sir. O'Brien takes it back clean up on 2 wheels, but he hangs on. O'Brien, did you miss some laps? Maybe? No? You got some long ones in there? No, yeah, you missed one for sure. $2:15 to go. Scoring is showing Seth Godin out front. Godin in that all blue. O'Brien definitely missed a lap or two here. There we go. So it's Godin on the point. All blue working through the chicane right now. 1:35 to go. Bonji in that 2 spot. Dan Nickel in the 3. Then it's Haler, Dake, Obi, St. Martin, and St. Martin. Obi gonna park it on top of the hill. Watch coming on the straightaway. Obi parking on a straightaway. 1:10 to go. Leader is that all blue. Working his way up the hill. Four down, 1 to go here. Oh, man, Golden get a little crossed up. Bonji trying to close in. Dan Nickel still in that 3 spot, followed by Dake Haler. O'Brien. Oh, man, O'Brien giving Golden a little bit of business right there. That's what I like to see. O'Brien, 14-1 the last time by. Backs it up with another 14-1. 24 seconds to go. Godin, your leader. Bonji into 2, 1 and 2, working on a straightaway here. Dan Nickel still in that 3 spot. He's working up the hill. Leonard Dake in the 4. Dake working up the hill. 10 seconds to go. Watch it working up the hill, right in the middle, right in the middle. Good marshal in there from Ross. Good look. Time's expired. Finish the lap you're on. Dake got to make a move. He's trying his hardest to reel in Dan Nickel right here. Oh, man. Almost got him. No, you didn't. He got you by 0.2, 0.15. And that's it. Everybody is done. Seth Godin going to take the win in Buggy tonight. Bonji going to bring home the 2. Dan Nickel 3, followed by Leonard. O'Brien, Haler, St. Martin, and St. Martin. That's David and Henry. You definitely missed a plethora of laps, OB. I think I got them all. You don't think so? You think you were behind Seth? Well, I think I got them all. Maybe I missed one. We'll make a. This is tentative results here. Scotty always says you don't declare the results. We're going to go back and do some analysis before I declare the winner here. I'm having Sweet Heat flashbacks right now.
It was with the same family.
So, well, we don't know. This is tentative right now. I'm going to go back and do some lap analysis. I can't remember how to do this. Adjustments. Tyler O'Brien. So I added you 4 laps. Which you had 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 missed laps. And I added you plus 4 laps. Yeah, but that main was a little bit more crazier. Lap 1 is a 23, so there's no way that that's 2 laps. This is 2, this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. I'm going to stick with the ruling on that one. TOB is definitely going to change either the transponder or the plug on the transponder, so I don't have to deal with this stress during Sweet Heat. We did analyze the laps. I think it's correct. I'm going to be thinking about that the whole way home now. I'm going to analyze them a little bit better here just a moment. I'm pretty sure I am accurate, but I do often make mistakes. All right, well, that's all I got for this evening. If you have a tab, please head to the hobby store and clean that thing up. Adam Grotz is looking forward to getting out of here before 10 p.m. For once. I am as well. The track will be open for a little bit of practice. I got to get up early tomorrow. I got to be at the DMV at 8:30 in the morning, and it's like 30 minutes away from my house. And I'm not a get up at 8 in the morning kind of guy, so that's a rough transpiration of events for me. But as always, we appreciate you coming out. We had a little fun on a Tuesday night here. Appreciate my sister checking in, watching, tuning in from her bedroom this evening. Hello, Hope. Hi, Levi. Nephew just turned 1 last Friday, so that's pretty cool. And if you like racing, I'm going to be running the show this Friday at 7 p.m. My dad just left for Arizona to go for an oval race. So, you know, it's GT Trackside up in here. Now you know what that means. Limited rules. It means something is going to go catastrophically wrong. That's what it means. Things that are unprecedented happen while my dad is leaving the state. I'm honestly surprised we had internet for the rest of the race program, or that the computer didn't burst into flames or something like that. Godspeed at the DMV. Thank you, Hope. All right, that's all I got. Rambling. That's enough rambling for me. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming to race. I appreciate you even more. Shout out Matt Beer for leaving early because he thought we weren't going to have enough. Sucks to suck. All right. Peace out, gang. Thank you. Yes, Hope, it might mean there'd be many laps to be analyzed. Since Dad left, that's why TOB missed 4 laps. He didn't miss any laps in Q1 or 2. But mysteriously, Dad is gone, and TOB misses 4 laps in the main. Come on. All right, that's it. Rambling over. Seriously. All right, see you guys. Yep, no problem. Thanks for coming. Bye.